Hey guys, this is the first video I'm going to do for you guys. The way I'm going to do these is I'm going to go through every single math skill that we did this year, and I'm going to do them in order of how we did them throughout the year. That way you're getting every single math skill. These shouldn't be too long, these videos, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple problems for you, and then on the Unified Classroom page I have added some practice problems for you guys to be practicing, just so that you are still getting all of that math practice. So like I said before, so that you don't lose all of these math skills that we worked so hard for throughout the year. Okay, so here we go. So here's our first problem. What is 8 37/100 rounded to the nearest tenth? So after we've read our question, the most important thing to remember with rounding is you have to know your place value. And on the Unified Classroom page, I have posted an image of a place value chart, so you have that available to you. But if you are next year in the 6th grade and you are taking a test on rounding, they're not going to give you a place value chart. So what you can do is you can make your own. You can come over on your scratch paper, which we all know you'll have, and just draw a quick place value chart. So you'll have your decimal, and then you'll have your tenths place, your hundredths place, and your thousandths place. And then you can just draw like this. And then of course on this side of the decimal, you'll have your ones place. So for this decimal in the problem, it would be 8 37/100. So the most important thing for you to remember in a rounding problem, in the problem they're telling you which place value to round to, and that is this one right here. So what you want to do is you want to come and underline that place value, because then you can rewrite your number 8 37/100, and whatever place value they want you to round to, go ahead and find this place value in that number and also underline that, so you have your matching underlined numbers. Okay, so once you have this number underlined, you're going to look backwards to his neighbor back here, and remember your rules for rounding. If it's 4 or less, you let it rest, which means you don't do anything with it. You just leave the number the same. Or if it's 5 or more, you raise the score, and that means you go up to the next number. So this number, the neighbor to the 3, is this 7. So that 7 tells this 3 that it needs to go up. We raise the score to the number 4. So our new number is 8 4/10. So our answer over here is going to be 8 4/10. Now rounding was one of the easier skills that we did this year. So hopefully you know all of this already. But like I said, you just need some practice. Practice all these math skills. That way you don't lose them, okay? Pretty simple. Okay, so here's the second problem that I'm gonna do for you guys. So the question says, identify the numbers that would round to 56 35/100 if rounded to the nearest hundredth. So my first step is to go ahead and underline the place value that they want me to round to. Now, this is one of those TEI questions where you have to choose every single correct answer. So this is one of those ones where you cannot be lazy, because if you don't choose all of the correct answers, you get the whole question wrong, okay? So even though it may take some time, you cannot be lazy on these questions. All right, so after I've underlined the place value that they want me to round to, I'm going to go ahead and go through each one of these numbers and underline that place value. So I know that the first number behind the decimal is the tenths, and the second number is the hundredths. So I'm going to go through each one of these and underline the hundredths place. Okay, so I already have that step done, so because I know which place value they want me to round to. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to circle this number up here so that it draws attention to it, so that I know what number I'm looking for as I'm going through each one of these problems. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with the first one. I'm going to draw my arrow, look next door to the neighbor. 2 is 4 or less, so I'm going to let this 4 rest. So if this number was rounded, it would be 56 and 34 hundredths. But I know that I'm looking for 35 hundredths, so I know this answer is not correct. I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to draw my arrow next door to this 8. 8 is 5 or more. So I know that I'm going to raise this number. I'm going to raise the score. So my new number will be 56 and 35. And I know that I'm looking for 56 and 35. 56 and 35. So this is a correct answer. Same thing here. Look to the neighbor. It is a 1. So that means I need to let it rest. Let this 5 rest. I do not change that 5. So my new number here is 56 and 35, which is what I'm looking for. So this is a correct answer. Okay, same thing over here. Take my 5, I'm going to draw my arrow next door. This 4 is 4 or less. So I'm going to let this 5 rest. It's going to stay the same. 56 and 35 hundredths. So this is an answer. Circle that one. Same thing here. Draw my arrow. Now this 7 is 5 or more. So it's going to raise the score on this 5, making the 5 a 6. So it's going to be 56 and 36 hundredths, which means 36 and 35 do not match. So this is not a correct answer. Okay, and now for the last one. I've got a 9 is the neighbor. So this 9 is going to make this 5 raise the score to a 6. So I'm going to have 56.36, 56 and 36 hundredths. And I know that 36 hundredths is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 35. So this is not an answer. So out of my 6 answer choices, 3 of them were correct. Okay, so now you go onto the Unified Classroom page. You should already be on there. And click over on the right hand side, I believe, and there are practice problems. So you practice with those problems. They are problems that we've already done this year. But like I said, practice, practice, practice. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Have your parents message me on Class Dojo, or there's probably some way to send me comments on Unified Classroom. So if you figure that out, send me a message. Okay, so practice rounding, and then tomorrow there will be a new video up, and I'll see you for that one. Bye.